The new face of narcissism. Why does everyone want to be the prize? So what is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about narcissism, but today we're going to talk about it through the lens of online dating. You guys know that I love this platform. If you follow me there, you know that I am an open book, so I would really appreciate your feedback. What do you think of this content? Do you find it helpful? Do you like this type of content on this platform? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so let's get straight to the point. What I notice is that the more that people become comfortable with technology, the more they actually start to present themselves in a narcissistic way. And when I say narcissistic, I don't mean that all of them are actually diagnostically narcissistic. What I see is that people are adopting some narcissistic behaviors. And why do I think this is the case? Because it's easy to be narcissistic when you're behind the screen. And so the problem is that these narcissistic behaviors are now being normalized. In fact, they're being rewarded. And what happens is people get addicted to this. They get addicted to the attention. They get addicted to the validation. And what happens is the real person who is trying to make a genuine connection gets lost behind all of the smoke and the mirrors. And so we have this epidemic of performative narcissism, or people showing just enough of themselves just to get people to like them. And then when they get people to like them, guess what? They disappear. Or if they get you to like them, they expect you to chase them. And so I wanted to put together this list of things that I notice online that are actually red flags that somebody might be playing games with you, or worse, they might be looking for someone to use. Now, this is not an exhaustive list, but I want to share some of the most common ones that I see. Number 1, breadcrumbing. Okay, so breadcrumbing is a term that is used to describe the act of leading someone on sporadic attention, mixed signals, just enough to keep them interested but never enough to satisfy them. This is one of the most common tactics that people use to play mind games. When I talk about breadcrumbing, this could take the form of somebody messaging you every now and then, but not at consistent times. Maybe you go a few days without hearing from them, and then all of a sudden they reach out, but only at odd hours, like 2, 3 in the morning. Or maybe they only reach out when they're drinking. But the problem with this is that you start to develop an attachment to this person because they are giving you just enough attention to where you are like, well, maybe if I do this, or maybe if I say this, then they will give me attention again. But the thing is that a person who is genuinely interested in you is going to be consistent. So if somebody is hot and cold, and I would even say warm and cold, like they're kind of there, but not really there, that is a major red flag. Number 2, playing hard to get. Now, this is another tactic that people use where they try to pretend that they are not interested in order to create a sense of scarcity or exclusivity. It's like, oh, you can't have me because I'm too good for you. Oh, you can't have me because I'm too busy for you. Or maybe they ghost you, or they may give you little jabs here and there just to bring you down a little bit. And again, the goal is to create this sense of scarcity. And this is a big problem because what happens is you start to chase them and you start to put them on a pedestal. And this is dangerous because it allows them to maintain control in the relationship. But a person who is truly interested in you is going to put in the effort to pursue you, and they're going to ask you out. They're going to make plans. They're going to show up. They're going to follow through. They're going to be reliable. But the moment that you become the chaser, then you lose all power in the dynamic. Number 3, love bombing. So love bombing can take the form of excessive compliments, declarations of love, promises of a perfect relationship. It's like they're trying to win you over with all of these grandiose gestures and promises. But this is a major red flag because what they are doing is they are trying to create a strong emotional attachment as quickly as possible. And this can be very overwhelming and intoxicating, but is also very manipulative because it creates a sense of urgency. Like you feel like you have to make a decision quickly. But a healthy relationship is built on trust and mutual respect and shared values. So if somebody is trying to rush you into something, then run. Number 4, future faking. So future faking is when a person makes promises about the future that they have no intention of keeping. It's like, oh, we're gonna be together forever. We're gonna have kids. We're gonna buy a house. It's all gonna work out. Don't worry. But they have no intention of making any of that happen. And this is a major red flag because what they are doing is they are trying to create a false sense of security. They're trying to make you believe in something that is not real. And the reason why this is a problem is because it prevents you from moving on. Like you feel like you're in this relationship, like you're invested in this person and this future that they've painted for you, but it doesn't exist. And so then what ends up happening is you are stuck and you are waiting for something that is never going to come. But a person who is truly invested in you is going to be honest about the future. They're going to be open about their intentions. They're going to be willing to work towards building something real. But if somebody is just giving you empty promises, then that is a major red flag. Number 5, inconsistent communication. So inconsistent communication is when a person sends messages sporadically with long periods of silence in between. So this can be very confusing and frustrating because you do and know when they are gonna reach out. You don't know what to expect. But the problem with this is that it creates a lot of anxiety and uncertainty. But a person who is truly invested in you is going to be responsive and communicative. They're going to make an effort to stay in touch, to have regular conversations. They're going to make time for you because that is what healthy communication looks like. Number 6, lack of follow-through. So lack of follow-through is when a person makes plans and then they just do and show up. They cancel at the last minute. They flake out. They don't make any effort to actually follow through on their commitments. And this is a major red flag because what it shows is that they do and value your time. They don't respect you. And what it does to you is it creates a sense of frustration and resentment. But a person who is truly invested in you is going to prioritize you. They're going to make time for you. They are going to make an effort to actually follow through on their promises because that is what healthy relationships are built on. Number 7, ghosting. So ghosting is when a person suddenly cuts off all communication and they just disappear. And this is a major red flag because it shows that they don't respect you. They don't care about your feelings. They don't have any empathy. But a person who is truly invested in you is going to communicate with you. They're going to tell you how they feel. They're going to be honest with you, even if it's difficult. They're not just going to run away from their problems. The bottom line, narcissism is on the rise. And the reason why I think this is the case is because people have become accustomed to hiding behind screens. They've become accustomed to creating these false online personas. And what happens is they get addicted to the attention. They get addicted to the validation. And so they start to lose touch with reality. They start to lose touch with who they really are. And this is a problem because it creates a lot of confusion and frustration for the other person. The person who is on the receiving end of this narcissistic behavior, they feel like they don't know who this person is. They feel like they can't trust them. They feel like they can't rely on them. And this is a major issue because it creates a lot of instability in the relationship. But the truth is that we are living in a world where narcissistic behavior is being rewarded. People are being praised for being self-centered. People are being praised for being superficial. And this is a major problem because it sends the wrong message. It sends the message that it's okay to treat other people poorly. It's okay to be inconsiderate. It's okay to be manipulative. But the truth is that this behavior is not okay. It is not normal. It is not healthy. So I hope that this video has been helpful to you. If you have experienced any of this, I want you to know that you're not alone. This is happening to a lot of people, and I want you to be aware of these red flags. I want you to be able to recognize them. I want you to be able to protect yourself from them because you deserve better. You deserve someone who is genuine. You deserve someone who is authentic. You deserve someone who is invested in you. And I know that it can be hard to find that person, but don't settle for someone who is just giving you empty promises, who is just leading you on, who is just using you for their own selfish reasons. Hold out for the person who is right for you. Hold out for the person who is going to treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. And until next time, take care.